y'all already know it's Monday morning, my favorite day of the week. Hope everybody had a fantastic Sunday evening, because I know I did. Slept like a baby. Oh my God, did I? And I want to just say thank you, Lord, for giving us another day to be here above ground. I want to shout out right now Rebecca Lanyan Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Jeffrey Spilka. We also have Liberty and Justice in the building, Casey Ramos, Kevin Blank, who else? Ice Acabo Official. Hi, my people. Yes, I'm sorry, CE Acabo Official. That's right, this is your people. I'm glad you're here this morning. Let's get this camera straight so we can get the game going. Yes, I'm cheating. I know, I know. Sometimes I can't do without y'all the same way. I see y'all already be here, so I'm like, why can't I chime in myself too? Right? Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Trump pushes back against D.O.J. after being after what? After being named in the Epstein files. Let's do that again. Trump pushes back against the DOJ after being named in the Epstein files. We know we've been talking about that all week, but there's more. They keep on coming out with more information, so we got to keep it going ourselves as well. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. We got a couple of more seconds before we can break in. Let me check on the audio and everything. Okay, I'm liking that. We're not going to worry about these watches. Going to get them fixed sooner or later, but I kind of like doing everything myself anyway. Makes me feel like I'm a good acapella man. Let me start getting this ready, because guess what? I'm ready to go, and they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Another day to thank him to be here. That's right, y'all. Open up those pores. No, I'm sorry. Bling. Come on, let me, whatever. I'm just going to wait for 6 o'clock to come and do it all myself. You ready? Let's go. Wind it up. Wind it up. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. That's right, y'all. Now we don't got to worry about that. No time to wind. Bling, bling, bling. Okay. Bling, bling, bling. Okay. Bling, bling, bling. Yo, bling, bling, bling. Okay, yeah. I kind of like that right there. That's a little song right there. Let me stop doing that. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do after the watch, because it messes me up. Okay, we do that, and then we do the other thing, and then we, all right, and then we, I don't know what we're supposed to do right now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say this. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cheat. Do, 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 do. I'm saying, ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you and make you want me, ready or not. I'm gonna find you and make you want me. Hey, yo, now that I escape, sleep, walk away. Those who could relate know the world ain't cake. Jail bars and golden gates. Those who fake, they break when they can meet their 400-pound mate. If I could rule the world, everyone would have a gun in the ghetto, of course. Get of the horse. I kick around drinking moonshine. I pour a sip for the concrete. Oh yeah, Advertise, but yo, don't creep. White Clef is in a state of sleep, thinking about the robbery that I did last week. Money in the bag that I did last week. Money in the bag, looking like a drag. I want to play with pelicans from here to Baghdad. Gun blast, think fast, I think I'm hit. My girl pitch my hips, thinking see if I can still exist. No, I send a letter to my friends, a born again hooligan, ready to be king again. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide, hide, hide. I'm gonna find you and make you want me. Ready or not, I'm gonna find you and make you want me. That's a lot to do now. Y'all gotta give me a little credit for that. I had to sing, try to do the lyrics, all that. But y'all know I'm gonna do it for y'all anyway, because we turning it up here at our bottom line. And because it's if pump that B, Monday the 17th. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this. And that just got me lit. That's right, y'all. We're going to get through the watch thing. We're going to get it going, and we're going to keep it flowing. But like I told you guys before, problems present opportunities. And it's not right for me to tell you guys that and not try to show you how we try to push through it and be an example. So guess what? That's what we just did. Watches wasn't working. We had to ad-lib everything. But guess what we happy for? We happy that we're here today. And I'm so happy that you guys came here, because y'all could have won anyway. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. We got a lot to get into: current events, trending topics. We're going to be talking about tariffs. We're talking about food prices. We got a lot going on, a bunch of extra stuff as far as entertainment, things to make us laugh, probably a couple of things to make us cry, get a little bit emotional, but that's what we do every day. We got a lot. You guys, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a good show. Let's see who we got here this morning. Want to give a quick shout out to my brother Luigi, Liberty and Justice, Miss Paris, also Casey Ramos, my brother. How you doing this morning? Angels among us. All right, Jeffrey Spilker. We also got Batty Lynn up in the building. How you doing, Rebecca Longian Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. My brother Luigi. Okay, Jeffrey Spilker. Who else? I see K. Okay, Kevin Blanks. Who else we got up in here? Angels among us, Jay Wood, Miss Paris, Valen, Tyon, Abdullah, Liberty and Justice. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. As you can see, I'm ready to get to work. I'm ready to get busy, show you guys some information, get busy. You know how we do it over here. Have a full clip for you guys, so I got a whole lot of information to get you. And guess what? I got 5 on it. I'm gonna be stacking 5 videos at a time. Let's try to stay on topic so that the chat can stay on the flow, and we gotta do what we gotta do. Shout out to Montana. How you guys doing out in Montana? How everybody doing in San Francisco, Detroit, Grand Rapids, Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania, Dubai, overseas, everywhere, Africa, UK. Y'all know how we do it here. Cincinnati, what's going on, Illinois? What's happening, Delaware? How y'all doing down there in Miami, where you never fail and give us the right information? California, how y'all doing? Idaho, I'm talking about everywhere. Kentucky, Tennessee, let's get it in, y'all. Let's do what we got to do. I'm ready to get to work. It's time to get busy. First thing I got to put up on this board for you guys right now. Wait a minute, come on, give me my audio. Gotta hear it. Gotta hear it to know it's there. We see President Trump, who basically gives out some gaggle. President speaking to some reporters as he's headed away to Palm Beach, Florida. Let's go.
Okay, everybody, we had a great weekend. From an economic standpoint, our prices are coming down very substantially on groceries and things. They're already at a much lower level than they were with the last administration. And we worked on it this weekend, and you're going to see some of the items that were a little bit higher. They were lower than the last administration, but a little bit higher. We're going to have some little price reductions, and in some cases, some pretty good ones. They used the affordability word. The affordability is much, much better with this. And again, I go to Walmart and other companies, and in every case, it's about 25% that a meal, a Thanksgiving meal and surroundings are 25% lower than it was under the Biden administration. That's a big fact, and that comes from Walmart and others that do that. Okay? Any questions?
Any update on Venezuela, Mr. President? On Venezuela update?
No update on Venezuela.
With the designation of that cartel associated with Maduro, does that mean that the U.S. government can target Maduro's assets or infrastructure inside Venezuela?
It allows us to do that, but we haven't said we're going to do that. And we may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out.
Oh, I thought you had a $50 million bounty on his head. What's going on with that? Let's keep on moving forward because, you know, he had a little pushback with MTG, right? MTG and Trump, they're kind of bouncing heads right now. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about, they're sounding off against each other. Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, it's kind of crazy because they're in the same party. But I believe that, you know, once the Epstein situation came out and Marjorie went over there and got behind it, yeah, that's probably where it started from. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, House lawmakers are back, and they have a lot coming up. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise is going to join us now. Majority Leader Scalise, it has been a while since President Trump dished out one of his signature nicknames. One of your members, Marjorie Taylor Greene, just got two. Marjorie Trader Greene and Marjorie Taylor Brown, because the president says green grass turns brown when it begins to rot.
Oh.
What's going on with these two?
Well, you know, you can see that they've had some disagreements, and, you know, President Trump from time to time has disagreements with people, and he's not shy to talk about it. And you've seen over time he's made up with some people too. But, you know, one of the things President Trump does is, you know, he tells people what he really thinks, but he also talks about what it's going to take to get this country back on track. And President Trump has done phenomenal things to address the problems that he inherited when Joe Biden was president. We saw so many problems around the world. We had high inflation, high interest rates, high energy costs here at home. And President Trump started day one to fix those problems. And he's not going to slow down. And I know he has disagreements even with some of his friends along the way, but he's not going to be deterred. You know, he is working tirelessly. You know it. You see him in the White House. You know, he'll come from a trip overseas. I saw him the day after he came from the Middle East signing historic.
He's trying to steer the conversation in a whole different way. He wants that other information right now. Stop it. If you think you're going to make a profit, talk to us, man. Let's stay on topic what he asked you. Look at his face, how we caught his face, looking like Garfield. Come on, man. Give me the information I asked you about. Come on, stop it.
Peace agreements in the Middle East, and the next day he's at the White House, you know, continuing to do great things here at home. So this is a president that doesn't rest, doesn't stop fighting for the American people.
And the president has told us that he's mad. Marjorie Taylor Greene voted with Democrats to try to force a vote about releasing more Epstein files. Why do you think it is that your Democratic colleagues were so quiet about Jeffrey Epstein for the entire length of the Biden presidency?
Well, it's a point of hypocrisy that we've brought up many times, Peter. You know, we actually brought a motion for unanimous consent the other day to bring up all the Epstein files. And guess who objected on the House floor? It was Democrats. And so,
well, let's see what Marjorie got to say about all of this. I appreciate your information, brother, but I want to see what the other person has to say. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what Marjorie got to say about all this right now.
It's the political breakup heard round the world. President Trump severing ties with at least one of his closest allies, declaring, "I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene," even calling for primary challenges against his one-time loyalists and attacking her as, quote, wacky, a ranting lunatic, a rhino, and a traitor.
Whoa.
This is days before the House of Representatives is set to vote on releasing the Epstein files. It's a stunning breach between two MAGA leaders, one of whom is here with me now exclusively for her first interview since the president cut ties. Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, thank you so much for being here, as you just heard. And I know you saw the president says he's withdrawing support for you, encouraging primary challengers. You were one of his biggest supporters. What do you think happened here?
Well, Dana, thank you for having me on, and that is true. I stood with President Trump when virtually no one else did. Campaigned all over the country, spent millions of my own dollars helping him get elected, and I think that's incredibly important. And I do support him and his administration, and I support them in delivering the campaign promises we made to the American people. His remarks, of course, have been hurtful. However, I have something in my heart that I think is incredibly important for our country, and that is to end the toxic fighting in politics. And this has been going on for years, and it has divided our country, split up friends and families, neighbors, and it's not solving our problems. The most hurtful thing he said, which is absolutely untrue, is he called me a traitor, and that is so extremely wrong. And those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger.
What do you think happened? What do you think is the reason for this?
Unfortunately, it has all come down to the Epstein files, and that is shocking. And, you know, I stand with these women. I stand with rape victims. I stand with children who are in terrible sex abuse situations, and I stand with survivors of trafficking and those that are trapped in sex trafficking. And I will not apologize for that. I believe the country deserves transparency in these files, and I don't believe that rich, powerful people should be protected if they have done anything wrong. And so I'm standing with the women, and I will continue to do my small part to get the files released.
You said on...
All right, we got to keep on moving. So now that's it. I don't want to keep talking about that. We got to get on over to the ACA now that Trump's talking about giving funds for that we ourselves can control our own health care. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go, full gaggle.
What are you doing on healthcare subsidies? Obviously, people's ACA payments going
Healthcare
up soon.
subsidies is a good question. So, Obamacare, which is the Unaffordable Care Act, it is totally unaffordable. You see the kind of money the insurance companies are making. Hundreds of billions of dollars. Their stock is up over 1,000% over a relatively short period of time. What we're going to be doing, what I'm going to be recommending, not this. Obamacare is a disaster, far too expensive and lousy health care. We're going to give the money to the people to buy their own health care. And the kind of money that we give to the insurance companies is more than going to take care of it. People are going to be able to buy their own health insurance, and it's going to be great health care, and they're going to get paid by the government.
I got to say something about this myself. I don't know how to buy no damn health care. I guess we all need to be responsible and understand how to buy health care, right? But how do you buy health care? Just a question. Don't get mad at me. I just want to know. How do you buy it? Who do I go talk to? Let me ask you a question. Cigna, start making phone calls and all of that? What is the steps in doing that? That's the hard part that we all try to understand. Okay, it sounds okay, Prez, but how are we actually going to put that in motion? Can we get some direction? Because I'm an analog kind of dude myself. I'm going to need a phone number. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want don't even give me the website, because you know what they do. You go and they be like, hey, can I get the phone number? Oh, I'm sorry, you got to do everything on the website, on the app, on the phone. And you're like, oh, God. How about that? How about do that? How about give the money on the app and have it allocated the right way once we can figure out what health care we want? Maybe something like that.
The government...
But I ain't trying to be giving nobody no cash, because you give somebody some money, they ain't going to be using that money for no health care. They're going to be using it for all types of stuff that they shouldn't be using it for.
It will be one of the greatest deals this country's ever made. So instead of giving it to insurance companies, big, fat, bloated insurance companies, we're giving the money directly to the people to buy their own health care.
Well, again, it needs to be a system in place so that the people can understand how to process what Medicare, what insurance, what to select, the amount of money they have, how long it's the coverage, and all of that. So I guess we are now our own healthcare insurance agents if this works. I don't really know if I have a problem with that though, because I pick my own doctors anyway. Let's keep on moving forward over to Washington, where we have some pushback against the Democratic with 20,000 pages of new Epstein files that have just now been released. This is some more pushback that we got going on right here, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry. We got some breaking news that's very important that I got to get out immediately. We got a New York City Jets player that was pow-powed in Manhattan, and he's in critical condition. Let's go. We got to get over to this information, y'all.
This hour, Chris Boyd is in critical but stable condition at Bellevue Hospital. High-ranking sources are telling Pix 11 News that he is conscious. He has been talking with police. He is cooperating, and as police search for the getaway car, they believe it's a blue-gray Mercedes-Benz. The shooting happened just after 2 a.m. at 38th and 7th Avenue, right near Say Less. Now, that's an Asian fusion spot favored by athletes and celebrities. Sources say that Chris Boyd was possibly with 2 other Jets players when someone out on the sidewalk tried to steal a chain, and the sources say Boyd and the perp began fighting, and that's when Boyd got shot. Police sources say Boyd was shot once in the abdomen with no exit wound. Say Less has just reopened for business at 3:30 this afternoon. When we went inside, no one could confirm that the Jets player had been in there early this morning. We spoke to several passers-by from Pennsylvania about this early morning shooting.
This actually reminds me of the father and son that got pow-powed yesterday by chasing that robber outside of the store. He turned around and pow-powed both of them. It's a very hard thing to deal with, you guys, because nowadays there is hardly no police on the streets, especially not doing regular patrol, not in New York at all. They don't have the police coverage, and they have too much. Let me tell you where the police coverage is at. You ready? Here we go. Let's start it from downtown. West 4th, maybe. 14th Street. 23rd, maybe. 34th, a lot. 42nd, 50th, 59th Street. 57th Street, 72nd Street, 86th Street, 96th Street, and that's it. Everything else is just spread out nice and thin. That's it. I'm telling you, there's hardly no police patrol. And if you don't have no patrol, you got a lot of situations going on. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up, especially at night in New York. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm telling y'all the truth. Shit is real out here.
It's unfathomable. Wouldn't think it would happen here.
We walk, we're not afraid. We come here all the time. We walk down. We're from Pennsylvania, so we come. We're not scared, but it's very scary. It's getting more scary. Last time we were here, there was a shooter. Yeah. It's scary. Something has to be done.
He's fighting for his life right now. Critical condition.
It's very sad.
Well, we're sending our love and prayers to his family. We want him to get better. We think people should run to justice.
And police say they are looking for a blue or gray Mercedes, possibly a Maybach. And Mayor Adams just released this statement.
Yeah, you on your way out. Don't even matter. Sorry, I don't even want to hear absolutely nothing that you got to say. We got to keep on moving, but we're going to definitely pray for the player that got struck in this tragic event, you guys, that he gets strength, has a 100% recovery, and gets back into what he needs to be doing, you guys, as well. And hopefully they catch those guys that did that. Amen. We got to keep on moving forward right now, because I told you he pushed back. Trump is pushing back against those 20,000 pages of that the Democrats are putting out with Epstein files. More information since the other day when we reported.
U.S. President Donald Trump is continuing to face pressure to release all of the so-called Epstein files.
I don't care about it, released or not. What I think you should do, if you're going to do it, then you have to go into Epstein's friends. This Reid Hoffman spent a lot of time on the island. I was never on his island. Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times.
Trump has been facing growing backlash over alleged ties with Epstein, a sex offender, with recently released documents stating that Trump knew of Epstein's sexual abuses of young girls and minors. Some 20,000 1,000 pages of documents received from Epstein's estate name drops Trump numerous times, along with other prominent lawmakers, including former President Bill Clinton.
He got kicked out of his spot for taking his workers. And basically, yeah, I knew what you was doing because you was taking my workers. That can be looked at in so many different directions, you guys. The news will spin things, and it could be true. Sometimes it is true, and sometimes it's not. But what I've been noticing about as we do these stories, and I've been doing this a year's worth of coverage plus, I noticed that a lot of these networks would just try to find something very small and blow it up really big, even if it's a big situation, because they want the eyes and the demo and to hit the like buttons, but a whole different way in the millions. You know what I'm trying to say? So you got to really take information and really go into it and try to, see what they're talking about, and on any platform. And as you guys can see, this is a CTV news channel, so we use every platform here, not just one. Let's keep on going, you guys.
While lawmakers are set to vote next week on releasing all the Epstein files, the president has ordered the DOJ to investigate any Democrats with ties to Epstein, which could complicate the files being released. With me now to discuss is Mitchell Epner.
No, Mitchell, we good. Thank you for your assistance in this information, CTV TV, because we got to keep on moving forward, because Scott Besson, y'all know who I'm talking, right? Mr. Fisticuffs himself, the guy that put that black eye under Elon's eyeball. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He tried to dodge the question last time they asked him. Elon got in some stuff, and Scott said, "Bow, stay in your place." Where was your security at during that time, Elon? That's right. You can't have your security covering you inside the house, inside the White House. I understand. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys over to Scott Besson, who sends a warning to China. All options are on the table at this point, because I think China is up to some sneaky moves again, you guys. They're not really sticking up to what they basically said that they were going to do.
And we begin this Sunday morning with the soft war between the U.S. and China reportedly accelerating once again. Coming up, President Trump's leading frontman on fighting China's aggression, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and FBI Director Kash Patel, who is just back from Beijing in an effort to stop the flow of fentanyl into America. As a secret White House memo alleges that Chinese e-commerce company Alibaba is helping China target the United States. The Financial Times reporting that the document says Alibaba gave the People's Liberation Army access to customer data and information on U.S.'s critical software vulnerabilities. Alibaba told the FT that the reporting was, quote, a distortion of the facts. As the Wall Street Journal reports, that Xi Jinping is now holding back vital resources to the U.S. military once again. The Wall Street Journal this past week reporting that China plans to block the shipments of rare earth magnets to any U.S. company tied to the U.S. military, while fast-tracking shipments to other civilian firms that do not do business with the Pentagon. These latest blow-ups just weeks after President Trump met with Xi Jinping in South Korea. And the two said that they agreed to the free flow of rare earth minerals from China to the U.S. for 1 year, as well as soybean purchases in exchange for lowered tariffs and limits to the U.S. entity list. Here's the chairman of the China House Select Committee, Michigan Congressman John Moolenaar, with me Friday on Mornings with Maria on Fox Business, calling for the Securities and Exchange Commission to remove Chinese companies from U.S. exchanges so U.S. investors are not funding the expansion of the CCP and its military.
Yeah, since they want to stop us with the rare earths and only want to deal with certain, now see, now this is going to be that back and forth again. See what I'm saying? It's a different type of war, You see what's going on here?
I was shocked when I found out that our retirement for the federal government was invested in entities that were affiliated with the Chinese military-industrial complex. That's just wrong. We need Wall Street to wake up to this fact. And I think the only way they're going to do it is if they hear from investors. We don't want to fund entities affiliated with slave labor, and we don't want to help the Chinese military-industrial complex, because that can be used against our men and women in the armed forces.
Yeah, basically you're trying to empower and enrich their government. We got to keep on moving forward, because Trump orders the DOJ probe into Epstein ties and Democrats. I got to slip that other information in there, because I know how you guys get. Oh, no more Epstein, and then you leave and you be like, damn, it was more. Yeah, we got a lot more. We got to keep on moving forward.
Now to the Epstein files. President Trump ordering the Department of Justice to investigate the convicted sex offenders' possible ties to Democrats, and in particular, former President Bill Clinton. This just days after the release of Epstein emails that mention President Trump. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is here now with the latest. Good morning, Selena. This has been a big talker.
Hey, Janae, it sure has. And the president here is trying to change the subject, calling for these investigations into Democrats to shift focus away from questions about his relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. But even though the White House insists the president has done nothing wrong, they're still refusing to release the full Epstein files. Overnight, President Trump defending his extraordinary order to his attorney general and the FBI to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with several prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and, quote, many other people and institutions.
I am considered the chief law enforcement agent in the country, and I'm allowed to do it.
Attorney General Pam Bondi publicly responding on Friday, will do, saying the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity. This comes even though Bondi herself had closed the Epstein case earlier this year, declaring, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." Top Democrats calling Trump panicked and desperate.
Will Donald Trump be investigated as part of this? Or is there going to be one set of rules for Donald Trump's friends and supporters and another set for his critics?
Former President Clinton did travel on Epstein's plane multiple times after his presidency, but
28 times total.
Clinton says he was unaware of Epstein's crimes and never visited Epstein's private island.
So why
So
why does he have a painting of you in a blue dress, Mr. Clinton?
Been accused of wrongdoing. A spokesperson for the Clinton Foundation says these emails prove Bill Clinton did nothing and knew nothing. The rest is noise meant to distract from election losses, backfiring shutdowns, and who knows what else. Even some Republicans pushing back on Trump's demand.
I would ask him not to do that because all it does is taint our legal system.
This all comes 2 days after the House Oversight Committee released thousands of documents from Epstein's estate. Many of them mention Trump. In a 2017 email to former Secretary Larry Summers, Epstein writes, "I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body, so yes, dangerous." In a 2018 text to an unidentified person, Epstein writes, "I am the one able to take him down." Trump, who denies any wrongdoing, says he cut ties with Epstein because Epstein and his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, were luring away women and teenage girls who worked at Mar-a-Lago. Next week, dozens of House Republicans are expected to...
See, that's what I'm trying to say. That's the part that it keeps coming back to. Yeah, he knows about what was going on because you was taking the girls out of there. So, yeah. And now, yeah. So let's keep on. I'm saying there's more than one way to look at it. I know. That's all I'm trying to say. Keep on looking. Let's keep on moving forward now, because Trump threatens to go after Obama now for treason over the Russiagate situation.
For what he claims were attempts to interfere in the 2016 election by claiming that Russia was seeking to influence the result. The president insisted that former President Obama was guilty of crimes for what Trump said was his role in weaponizing intelligence.
The leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason.
CNN's Kevin Liptak is at the White House for us. Kevin, it's notable this response came during a question about Ghislaine Maxwell, but can you fact check what the president is suggesting here?
Yeah, and just to underscore, these are very striking comments from the president. He's accusing Barack Obama of sedition. He said he was seditious. He's accusing him of treason. And he says, quote, whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Clearly, the president intent on using some of this information that was released last week by the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, to go after his political rivals, chiefly the former President Barack Obama. And just to step back and describe what Gabbard released, she released information that she says undercut that 2017 intelligence assessment that found that Russia, through a hacking and influence campaign, attempted to influence the result of the 2016 election. She seems to be relying on sort of correspondence that was sent between Obama officials that said that Obama wanted a new assessment into this. And what President Trump seems to be seizing on is the fact that an initial assessment found that Russia was not successful in influencing the results of that election. But both Trump and Gabbard seem to be twisting some of what the intelligence found. You know, the intelligence community found that Russia did attempt to influence votes through things like hacking emails, things like social media campaigns, but it never found that it actually hacked into voting systems and changed votes, even though it attempted to breach some of those systems. But President Trump seems to be using some of this new findings and documents that have been released by his intelligence chief to go very harshly after President Obama. And certainly it has always been true that the Russia investigation that really clouded the first 2 years of his first administration has long been in his head as an attempt to undermine his legitimacy. He has repeatedly called it the Russia hoax. Now the president seems more intent than ever on going after some of the people who he thinks were responsible for it. And just over the weekend, we saw him post quite a striking AI-generated video of President Obama in the Oval Office being arrested by FBI agents. Later, the video depicted Obama sitting in prison in an orange jumpsuit. So
keep on moving forward, you guys. We have to get it all out. I wanted to let him finish because I know people would be like, why you ain't let him finish talking? That was about it right there. That's all I can take. I'm good. We got to keep on going. Want to know what you guys got to say about all this information that we're getting? Yes, we have more Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, we have Prince Andrew. We got a lot more to get into. But what I need to ask you guys, if we can justify the numbers up here and try to get those likes up, I really would appreciate it. That gets more people over here to know about our show. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, I really would appreciate that. Become a member, hit that notification bell down there so that you know we're on, and we got to keep on going. You know, I don't play around. When we get rolling, we got to keep rolling. Because I had a question, and I've been having this question for the last 3 days. Since it happened, how did these vandals actually get a chance to get inside of, who's that, Elena Hava's office to do any sort of vandalizing? That's been my question the whole time. So let's get on over to New Jersey. That vandalism situation, they found the people that did it, but there's a question that I have concerns about as well. And they now talking about it like security. What's going on with that? Especially with what's going on right now, with all the temperature, what's going on. They should have better security going on. Check this out.
Federal investigators say they've caught the man who showed up at the U.S. Attorney's office in Newark with a baseball bat, then returned without it and started smashing things. And with an increase in political threats over the last few years, investigative reporter Tim McNicholas learned some security experts question how the suspect even got into the building in the first place.
That's what I've been asking for 4
You never
days,
really
3
think
days.
it would come that close to home. And this individual obviously got very close to where I sit for work every single day.
Interim U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, Alina Habba, told Fox News on Saturday she's feeling better now that Keith Michael Lisa is in custody. Federal law enforcement sources say Lisa showed up with a baseball bat at the offices where Habba works and was denied entry to the building Wednesday. Investigators say he did enter the building later that day without the bat when he was denied a meeting with Habba and started smashing things in the waiting area before he took off.
It is surprising.
Security expert and former NYPD Lieutenant Darren Porcher says Lisa never should have been able to get into the building.
Fortunately, he was detected when he entered the building initially, but at the same token, he should have been a person that had a picture circulated to the staff to not let this individual back into the building.
Police haven't disclosed Lisa's motive, but Porcher says political figures like Habba, a close ally to President Trump, should bolster their security due to an increase in political threats. Capitol Police said they fielded the second highest number of threats against Congress and the Capitol complex on record last year, the same year Trump survived 2 assassination attempts. This year, political podcaster Charlie Kirk and Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman were both assassinated, and an arsonist targeted Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro.
It is a frightening time in our country, and I wish the rhetoric would just calm down, because nobody who serves, who's in the blue, who's any agents that are out there, and that's why I'm so behind them, deserves that kind of treatment or to be afraid to go to work and do your job.
Police say Lisa was born in California but has ties to New York City and Mahwah, New Jersey. It's not exactly clear how he got into that building. We've reached out to the Department of Justice about that, as well as a number listed online for Lisa.
How about the front door? I got no questions about how did he get in the building and all of that. Come on, man. We saw that. He came in the front door. First he had the biz hat, and they were like, get out of here. How you don't take the bat or take a picture of him when he comes in there with the bat and say, this is somebody to look out for? So that the next time they come in, they got facial recognition in Burlington right now. And y'all mean to tell me y'all in the federal building and y'all ain't got no facial recognition in there? I went in Burlington one day and they like this, hold on a minute, please. Like homeboy, like he the security at the club. He got the mic in his ear, he got everything. Oh yeah, hold on a minute, please. Got the camera right there. Burlington got better security than a federal building? Man, listen, y'all need to work it out. Something wrong here. I'm calling, yeah, what y'all doing with the money that y'all get from all of that road money and all the taxes and stuff like that? You can go to Burlington Coat Factory and have facial recognition, but you can walk inside of a damn federal building and do some damage like this? Man, listen. Okay, cool. Let's keep on moving forward over to this reckless car wash owner who responds after claims he called doom 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 doo doo doom doom doo doo doom doom. Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. So yeah, here we go. We got somebody that's been writing letters and encouraging ICE to come on over to the car wash and check and see if everybody has their paperwork. Now see, somebody like me, I wouldn't do that to the people that's over there like by 204th Street car wash and try to tell ICE to go over there, because I'm not getting down like that, because I know these people got to work. So no, I don't think that this is, because they was working, doing what they supposed to do. But check this out. See, check out what happened right here. I want you guys to check this out right here. Check this out. They saying that they snitched on him.
Peter Eliopoulos joins us live right now. Peter.
Yeah, Maria, so for the first time we're hearing from the university's president who's commenting on this. She says that she's committed to providing full support to those distressed by this situation. And as you mentioned, the owner of the car wash calling it distressing as well. The owners of the car wash, where 9 people were arrested by immigration agents last week, are responding tonight to the claim made by the president of the Boston University College Republicans that he called ICE for months to, quote, detain these criminals. A statement from the car wash saying, quote, at no point did this individual contact us, speak with management, or inquire about our employees' operations. Publicly labeling our workforce as criminals without any knowledge of who they are is reckless and distressing.
It's really terrible, and I wonder what he thought the reaction would be. Very curious about that. But yeah, I feel for them, so yeah, it's really messed up.
We spoke with Zach Siegel, the BU student who claimed to call ICE a few months ago when Charlie Kirk was killed. He did not respond to our request for comment today, but shared a Globe article on the story this morning, writing, quote, we must stand up for this country. Todd Pomerleau, the attorney representing the 9 detainees, saying several of them have bond hearings on Monday.
He did it. He did it. You could tell he did, trying to put a message up instead of giving out a statement. You know you did it. You snitched. You told.
In regards to the reaction to Siegel's comments, he said, quote, if you don't agree with him, share your opinion. You may do so passionately, but never violently. That is un-American.
He wanted this attention, and in a way I don't want to draw more attention to his behavior because a lot of people can agree that it was hateful and disgusting and shameful.
Now, the president of the university saying in a statement, quote, we must affirm the dignity and worth of all people. Too often we fail to see one another's full humanity, overlooking the rich complexity and unique gifts each person brings. Now
check this out. I got something to say about this, because those people were at work. They're at a car wash. I don't consider them criminals. And tell the truth, how many of you guys want to be a car wash worker out there doing that? And how many of you guys need to get your car washed? Okay. Look at it from both perspectives then. Sometimes you got to give certain people a pass just for certain things, like people that's cleaning up. Well, like, those are service workers. A lot of stuff that people here wouldn't want to do. Let's be honest about it, you guys. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up so we can get on over to what we doing right now. No, this is an important one right here. We got another breaking situation here that has not been reported anywhere, really. Anybody know who Tekashi 6ix9ine is? The rapper who's been called the snitch, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Well, guess what? I didn't even know, because he plays a real good game of being rich. Didn't even know that he had to file Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and all of his stuff just got auctioned. I'm talking about the shark head, all of his plaques, gumbo and all of that, gummo, all of that, out of here. And they made more money off the plaques than they did his jewelry. Let's keep it moving, you guys. Let's go.
Welcome back. Well, the gavel dropped on the Tekashi 6ix9ine IRS auction. Of course, you may remember that we had these items from the rapper in our studio a couple weeks ago. I tried on the item that was sold to the highest bidder. That one right there, that Bruce the Shark diamond pendant. It sold for $60,000.
Wow.
On the other end of the spectrum, a pair of synthetic stone earrings went for just $300. The real shock, though, of the auction, the unexpected demand for Tekashi 6ix9ine's certified platinum record plaques, which ended up being some of the most sought-after items in the sale, one going for nearly $20,000.
We did over $200,000 in just the plaques alone, which was amazing. We had people that were local buying plaques, people across the country buying plaques, and we actually are going to be shipping some plaques out of the U.S. overseas.
There you go. You guys see one of the plaques right there.
Interesting. I was not here this day, but I know you guys really enjoyed seeing all this stuff.
Wearing a few
wearing
of
it.
Yeah, right.
Now, you notice how all these people are laughing and having fun, and they're not thinking that all they're doing is, oh, look at the chain, look at the shark head, oh, look at how much it got sold for, oh my God. But you know what a real artist would be thinking? Damn, they got my chain, they got my plaque. I ain't gonna never be able to get that back unless I gotta buy it back some kind of way. They got somebody that really cares about their music would be thinking that way versus these people right here. He's thinking a totally different way than they are. Not only that, I understand that his broke or bankrupt is much different than the average guy. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I get it, I understand that. But what people don't understand and they look at is like, that's somebody's stuff. Yeah. That's somebody's stuff. So, I know you don't like the guy, but how would you feel? They out there, oh my God, it's Tim, they got this, the plaques. Meanwhile, you in the crib like, damn, they got my stuff. Unless he just don't care about it. I don't know what you guys think. Want to keep on moving forward. Now we're gonna go on over to Venezuela, where these arms groups could take control of Venezuela if we attack. So, Maduro is basically saying that if we attack, they're ready to mobilize. Oh, no, we can't do that one. I got an even better one now because I didn't see that pop up there. I don't even want to show that Maduro thing yet because we got to get a serious story going up right now. I really appreciate you guys if you can double tap that screen to get those likes up. We have a continued story that we might as well finish. I don't know if you guys remember, but that orange star, her right there, who took her boyfriend's head off, called beheading, guess what? They came with the verdict today. We're going to find out what happened with this situation for the verdict for the ex-porn star. She learns her fate. I got a couple of breaking stories that had to go in before these other ones that I just put in. So I want you guys to see this because these are updates on stories that we've been following.
Mr. Foreperson, has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes.
If you could pass the break form to the marshal. All right, the clerk will now read the verdict into the record.
District Court, Clark County, Nevada. State of Nevada plaintiff versus Devin Jade Michaels, a.k.a. Devin Willett, a.k.a. Nikki Fairchild, a.k.a. Tracy Baker, a.k.a. Tracy Nicole Tavares.
Yes, a.k.a. a bunch of a.k.a.s. Porn star basically got arrested for beheading her boyfriend. And now they're about to see if she's guilty or not.
Defendant. Case number C-23-377-239-1, Department 10. Verdict. We, the jury, in the above entitled case, find the defendant, Devin Jade Michaels, as follows. Count 1, murder with use of a deadly weapon. Guilty of first-degree murder with use of a deadly weapon. Dated this 14th day of November, 2025, signed Aaron Gilden. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your verdict as read? So say you one, so say you all?
Yes.
Does either side desire to have the jury polled?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Does either side want to have the jury polled? They was like, no, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to thank you very much for the time and attention that you paid to this matter. The right to a trial by jury is a right that's guaranteed in the Constitution, but it's a right that we cannot provide without our citizens like you being willing to sit and serve your civic duty as jurors. I do appreciate the time that you gave tonight on behalf of the court and the parties. I want to thank you for the time and attention. I know that this was a lot that we asked you to do, so if you guys could follow the marshal to the back, and I will come back and formally excuse you from jury duty. All right, to the jury. Thank you. It's late, I'm going to have the next
Was it worth it? That's how I always think about it. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Yeah, people in the crowd crying, everybody in the back in the well out there crying. Man, listen, you got to think about the outcome before you do stuff. I'm telling you now, that's how I started to be. People always wanting to fight. Yo, Bugatti, let's have a fight. Then I beat them up. Next thing you know, it was him. That's why I say sometimes you win, you lose. Even if you win, you lose with certain people. Because next thing they're over here, come on over here, Bugatti. Heard you punch somebody in the face. And dude over there like, sucker. Let's get on over to Venezuela. Talking about these armed situations where they think that they're going to be able to defend themselves. I'm going to try not to go too hard about this. But these armed groups, if we actually do decide to go to Venezuela, I really don't think that they'll be able to defend themselves. Let's go, y'all.
As Donald Trump is being briefed on military options in Venezuela, that country's president has a stark warning about a, quote, forever war.
Yeah, okay.
This as Nicolas Maduro launched a cross-country military exercise with some 200,000 forces.
Donald Trump.
The authoritarian leader is accused of enabling large-scale narcotics trafficking in that hemisphere. The U.S. Defense Secretary posted, quote, "The Western Hemisphere is America's neighborhood, and we will protect it." The mission is being called Operation Southern Spear, and America is putting the world's biggest, most advanced aircraft carrier off the Venezuelan coast, loaded with 4 squadrons of Super Hornets, an F-18 variant squadron, 2 helicopter squadrons, and that's just a few of the assets. All this is raising questions if the mission is potentially also opening up to ousting the Venezuelan leader. James Story is a former U.S. ambassador to Venezuela, and he joins us now. Mr. Ambassador, good morning.
I don't think that they could hang with me or would hang with the
Well,
United
America's
States.
most advanced and the world's largest U.S. carrier will be sitting off the coast of Venezuela. That's a 100,000-ton warship, and its strike group doesn't exactly scream, "We're just fighting the drug trade." What do you think Donald Trump's endgame is here?
Well, certainly much more capacity than you need to go after small fishing vessels running loads of cocaine up the coast. So, from the very beginning under the first Trump administration.
I'm sorry, bro, but that's enough for me. We know where the ships are positioned. We know what it's looking like. We got to keep on moving forward. We got too much in the clip. We got to get on over to California. Come on, come on. We got these 2 political heavyweights that's been charged with campaign fund schemes. Fund financing. We've been hearing a lot about that this week, y'all.
2 high-ranking men in California politics appearing today in federal court as co-conspirators in that bombshell political corruption case. Governor Newsom's former chief of staff, Dana Williamson, was the first to appear on Wednesday.
And she stands to probably get up to 20 years, so we're continuing with our story from yesterday.
Your reporter, Ashley Sharp, within the courtroom, joining us now. All right, Ashley, tell us about it.
Yeah, a lot of news today. Both of those men entered not guilty pleas, though they are expected to change their pleas to guilty. The fraud case alleges that the 5 co-conspirators defrauded the government and took hundreds of thousands of dollars in campaign money to line their own pockets.
Any comment? Any comment?
Sean McCluskey and Greg Campbell. 2 political powerhouses were rushed by reporters after they were officially charged with felony conspiracy Friday in federal court.
Mr. Campbell, do you wish to make any comment for yourself today?
Campbell's attorney was the only one to speak.
Mr. Campbell takes full accountability for his actions and is cooperating fully with the legal process.
The men are swept up in a scheme that alleges campaign money was stolen for personal use. The alleged kingpin and the only person not cooperating, according to prosecutors, is Dana Williamson. She is Governor Newsom's former chief of staff and was indicted on 23 fraud-related charges Wednesday, accused of falsifying tax returns and illegally obtaining COVID-era PPP loans.
You have anything to say at all?
There are 4 co-conspirators in the fraud case, including Sean McCluskey, his wife, and Greg Campbell. McCluskey was the former chief of staff for Javier Becerra, who is the former California Attorney General and former United States Health and Human Services Secretary.
They need to look into that because they ain't just start doing it. He probably been doing it over there and said, hey, let's do it over here. Look into everything. Come on.
Federal court documents allege, unknown to Becerra, McCluskey stole $225,000 worth of dormant campaign funds for his own personal use. Williamson is alleged to have helped facilitate it, as is Campbell, a political consultant. Court documents allege he coordinated the theft through his companies and helped cover it up.
Mr. Campbell will, at the appropriate time, further discuss the charges.
Both men have plea agreements on file. They are expected to change their pleas to guilty in the coming weeks and will likely testify against Williamson for a lesser punishment for... I
don't know, you ain't getting no body work done, you ain't getting no hair facelift. I mean, come on, boy, you got all that money. What you do with the money? 8 burgers or something like that? She ain't got nothing to show for it. I bet you go to the crib, she got all types of stuff to cook with. She probably got like 4 or 5 deep freezers. This type of lady right here got a deep freezer. You know how old people be having a deep freezer? Or I got to store my meats and stuff. She definitely got a deep freezer in her house. And she got none but snacks. All that money, what she got to show for it? She should have did something, facelift, butt lift. I would have did something, I don't know. You was wrong. Talking about the kingpin. Don't look like no kingpin to me. Look like she wearing sweatsuits and all types of stuff. Yeah, look like, what you do with the money?
Their alleged crimes.
I continue to think the case is extraordinary. It's the misuse of donated funds for people who believed in the candidate, Mr. Becerra. So I think it's really important for the community that the case has been brought.
I think the fellas probably bought boats, try to hide some money in some places or whatever like that, no doubt. They probably ain't want to buy no cars or nothing like that, so they probably did something or whatever like that. But her, straight up bought a deep freezer with her. She got a couple of deep freezers. One for the ice cream and one for the meats. Let's get on over to Fresno, because this jewelry store owner was not playing. This group of masked real snobbers tried to come up in there and act the fool. He was like, pow, pow, stay in your place. And I mean, they got a couple of pieces, but the smart thing about this jewelry store owner, he stayed inside of his jewelry store and he pulled the strap. Go get the strap. This one here, he had the strap. That's how everybody got to be on point nowadays. I'm telling you, better get your thing and make sure you got your security. Make sure you have the right type of paperwork that you're licensed to carry. Make sure you got insurance. You might have to really defend yourself nowadays with crazy stuff like this, especially if you're a jewelry store owner or any type of business owner that handles a lot of monetary.
But first, catch a look at this. Surveillance video captured this wild moment when a jewelry store owner opened fire on a group of thieves in Madera near Fresno. This happened on Thursday when the masked men broke into the store only to be met by the gun-wielding owner who was ready to protect his business. Those thieves ran away with about $170,000 in jewelry. Police were able to recover the getaway car, but not the thieves yet.
It was very scary. We heard just a loud noise, and I told the manager, I was like, I think those are gunshots.
Preliminary investigation shows that they kind of were in the area for a little while. We would say in our...
He hauled ass over the top of that counter, boy. He hit the ground so hard, he got up like, man, listen, I'm surprised he didn't get caught. I'm surprised he ain't pow him in the backyard, because he had him in a straight line of fire. Look at this.
Gunshots.
Preliminary investigation shows that they kind of were in the area for a little while. We would say in our field casing the business, this was definitely meticulous.
That investigation is still ongoing tonight. Police say the group of men in the video are young adults. But
yeah, the shiesty masks, the ones that like to wear the masks all the time and run around playing like they in Grand Theft Auto, still living out in the video game. Man, he hit the ground hard as hell. It was like, boom! Y'all saw that? Like a Ken Patera slam on his side. I know he got outside and his whole side was hurting. He outside running like, because you know you got the adrenaline once you running, right? You good. But man, once he stopped, I know his whole side is probably black and blue from the way he, boom! Fell to the ground. That wasn't no WWE wrestling mat right there. That was the floor. What y'all got to say about that? Early, ouch. He probably hit all files with his name in it. Or hit all files. He didn't get shot because that pistol wasn't racked. Looks like they either had a jam or he forgot the charge. Okay, man, stay on the topic, please. She will let you know. Okay, let's keep on moving forward. He tried to keep it busting. No, he definitely was busting. Let's get on to a little bit more gaggle with the president. Try to get as much as we can from the horse's mouth as he talks about the proposal to start the renew test and receive a meeting that's very concerning. Let's go.
On nuclear testing, sir, are you receiving any meetings about
We're going to have
concerns
nuclear
about
testing because other people test. We have other countries that test. We have more nuclear weapons than any other country. I'm the one that renovated them and built some, and I hated to do it, but I had no choice because they have it. We have more. Russia's second, and China is a distant third. But within 4 or 5 years, they're going to be up with us. What I would like to do is I would like to go denuclearization. In other words, where we have a meeting primarily of the top 3 to cut back on nuclear weapons. That would be a great thing.
I feel the same way. And since Superman ain't real, that's probably the only way that it's going to work. Because you know my favorite movie is when Superman takes all of the bombs and he throws them into the sun. I don't think that'd be a smart place to do it because you have a crazy reaction or whatever like that. But let's get rid of as much as we can, or at least try not to make any, because that's very intimidating. It's all about, I have 12, you got 15, I've got 100. How about we just get rid of all of them? Because it's nothing but intimidation. Because the truth of the matter is, all you need is one. How about that? All you really need is one to really change the whole cycle of the world. And that's not nothing that anybody wants to do. I know I don't. Let's keep on moving forward over to North Carolina, over to Durham, where women, you got to be really careful. If you try to steal someone's husband, you can be charged. Not criminally, but you can be charged and go to court, and you might be the person, just like this lady right here, who just won $1.75 million from a TikToker, an influencer, because she stole her husband. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We started this story yesterday, and now we're going to keep on following up on it. But yeah, they don't play around in North Carolina.
This is Akira Montague, days after a jury awarded her $1.75 million in an alienation of affection case that has sparked international headlines.
I went right back to work, and so the people at my job, they kind of got rid of some of my stuff because they thought I wasn't coming back.
Yeah, that's how it is. And that's just to let you know, when you work somewhere, yeah, they can get rid of you just like that. They probably was clearing out her desk. Who want her stapler? Oh, I already got one. Who want this? Meanwhile, you ain't getting no money from that TikTok lady. You think she got $1.75 million to give you? Man, please, let's keep on moving.
Because of how much that I was awarded.
The case is centered around this woman, viral TikTok star Brene Kennard, allegedly having an affair with Montague's husband that she became aware of in January of 2024. The lawsuit alleged Kennard flaunted that affair on social media to her more than 3 million followers, claiming she could not wait to become Mrs. Montague.
She's worth everything for him. He's worth everything to her.
The alienation of affection law states that if a marriage ends on an account of infidelity, the husband or wife in certain situations can sue the person who the spouse had the affair with.
Wow.
I was raised to respect the marriage. I was raised to respect God. So loyalty, marriage, the White House with the picket fence and the dog and the kid, that's me.
Akira becoming emotional, thinking of the impact this has on her kids.
It was horrible. I can't, even right now, I don't like going out in public with my kids because I'll get stopped in the store. I can't have fun with my kids to this day.
That's
because
terrible.
People harass me so it's hard.
Attorney Robinetta Jones, who represented Montague, says the evidence of Kennard's actions, who has since married Montague's ex-husband, has consequences.
I want people to be able to think, okay, Miss Montague won $1.75 million. Is that man worth it? Is that woman worth it? They will think now.
The case capturing attention worldwide.
She has an outpouring of support from everyone online and just here in the state of North Carolina. It's because a lot of women can resonate with her.
Akira now looking back at a dream deferred.
Yeah, I was deeply in love with that man. that I would do anything for him. I made sure that I put him first, and I shouldn't have.
Oh man, terrible, terrible, terrible. And you know Bigfoot ain't got no $1.75 million. If she do, it's in the deep freezer too. About 4 or 5 deep freezers in her crib. Lord have mercy. You talking about big back, big back, big back, big back. Yeah, my back is loaded up with cakes and delicious foods. You was a big one right there, girl. I don't care what nobody say. I don't know what she did to get him interested, but Lord have mercy. He must have things for blimps. Something for the blimp. Yeah, because that was a big one right there. His wife was pretty, kind of a little big or whatever like that. But that one there, woo! Hungry, hungry hippo. Woo! Come on, y'all. We got to keep on moving forward. We're going to go over to Charlotte. We're staying in Charlotte, where this woman was captured by the Border Patrol. She said she captures the Border Patrol questioning some people that was working on her land. But she ain't go out there and start messing with them. She said, I think they're out there messing with the guys on the lawn. And she's taking pictures from outside, from inside the house. So yeah, you know how it is. Some guys probably working on the lawn, working in the field on your property. And next thing you know, ICE pulls up. Doom, 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 doo, doo, doom, doom. Doo, doo, doom, doom. Let me see some paperwork. Let me see your passport. Let's go. So that's what happened. A Charlotte woman captures immigration agents.
Randy, they're in our yard.
Randy, they're in our yard. Uh-oh. They're in the yard, Randy.
¿Sabes cuál país eres, señor? ¿Tú eres ciudadano americano?
He said, no, I'm American. I'm American.
Come on. Señor. Señor.
So yeah, they putting up Christmas lights, but ICE is working. Just wanted you guys to see how active they are. They're moving around in the neighborhood. You got somebody that you just hired to work on the lawn that's putting up some Christmas lights. Y'all see that they don't make it home. You probably want to check in to see what the reason is. We got to keep on moving forward over to IBM. That's right. We want to talk to and think about IBM right now that created one of the most mind-blowing quantum computers that's going to be like the feelings for AI. To make AI smarter, not AI to challenge it, but this computer actually gives AI feelings, not just feelings, much more, makes it able to work, makes it work much more sufficient, and it's their top computer that they ever made.
Welcome back. IBM unveiling its new Nighthawk quantum processor, one of the fastest computers in the world. Fox Business's Lauren Simonetti got an inside look at IBM's lab and the new technology that goes with it. Watch this.
This giant machine is a quantum computer. You can see it looks nothing like a regular computer or a classical computer, but it is being used to develop medicines, build better batteries, and even increase your financial performance.
You can think of it as kind of like a new computational tool that you didn't have before that can solve problems that you couldn't solve before. It is like sci-fi come to life.
Scott Crowder leads IBM's work in quantum technology. He helped develop its most powerful processor yet. I know what I'm holding is important because I had to put gloves on. What is this?
This is our new quantum chip or quantum processor called Nighthawk. It's about 30% more efficient than our previous generation.
It's housed in what looks like a giant refrigerator. How cold does it get in there?
So it gets 15 millikelvin, one of the coldest places in the universe.
Like colder than outer space?
Like 1,000 times colder than outer space.
And inside, what looks like a golden chandelier is actually the workhorse of the operation, sending signals to the powerful quantum chip located at the bottom where it's icy cold.
Wow.
The system is often linked to artificial intelligence, but AI teaches machines how to think. Quantum computing gives them a new way to think.
Quantum computing will probably help AI become more accurate in the future, but it's not replacing AI.
Companies are already using IBM's technology. Boeing for more durable planes, Moderna, more effective vaccines, and HSBC, better trading outcomes.
Right now, the most advanced quantum computers on the planet are built by people in the United States. States, but China's making very, very large investments in this space.
The U.S. is widely expected to deploy our quantum arsenal by the end of the decade. In Yorktown Heights, New York.
See, we leading in that at least. At least we leading in that and AI and getting things rolling on that part. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. I want you guys to see this right here because JP Morgan Chase is basically fighting back. They're pushing back against President Trump's claims because as you already heard earlier, he was saying that they need to go after the institutions as well as the people. So we're going to go over to Washington because guess what? JP Morgan Chase is responding to Trump on being influenced and dealing with Epstein, but they're going about it and they're being real smart. You know what they're saying? Well, we figured if the government was dealing with him, it was okay to... Oh, yes, they hit him with the shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. We haven't even started to break and crack the egg yet. We got work to get into. Let's go.
We have some breaking news right now on JP Morgan. Eamon Javers joins us now. Eamon, what do you have?
Contessa, that's right. JP Morgan now responding to that social media post earlier in the day from President Trump. Remember, President Trump posted that he wanted his Department of Justice to investigate JP Morgan, former President Bill Clinton, and a host of others for their connections to Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced and now deceased sexual predator. The president's been under a lot of political pressure here for his own connections with Jeffrey Epstein due to these emails that were released earlier in the week. This morning, he called for an investigation into other people's relationships with Jeffrey Epstein, and now JP Morgan responding to that. Here's their statement. They say the government had damning information about his crimes and failed to share it with us or other banks. We regret any association we had with the man, but did not help him commit his heinous acts. We ended our relationship with him years before his arrest on sex trafficking charges. Now, remember, Contessa.
Now, that's a slick way to go about answering something. So what they did was they went down with them. They're like, nah, y'all was okay with him, so don't try to get us in the mix with it. If he was messing with y'all, must have been something that was okay. So let's keep on moving forward because we're going to go over to somebody that you know and love. Representative Senator Kennedy, he has a fiery video return of Epstein emails that's out right now. Yes, we up to date right now, fully up to date. We the ones that been breaking this story. We're the ones that's been getting into it before anybody. So yeah, we about to start peeling the onion back. Oh, y'all thought it was over. Whoever left, I feel for you. Ooh, I think I love you. Whoever stayed, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up because now we about to get busy. Let's go. I want you guys to hear what he got to say about this. And you know, he never fails when it comes down to commentary. Let me get the screen open, make sure the audio is right, and let's go.
Name 3 things that don't hang themselves. That's what the American people think. That's what the American people think. And they deserve some answers.
So listen to this. I want to hear the beginning now. Come on.
Christmas ornaments, drywall, and Jerry Epstein.
There you go.
Name 3 things that don't hang themselves. That's what the American people think. That's what the American people think. And they deserve some answers. And I know that you're not in charge of these investigations.
Yes, sir.
But you talk to the people who are. And I need you to take a very respectful message today. Tell the American people what happened. And don't rush it so that they don't do a thorough investigation. But you and I both know they can make this a top priority and get it done more quickly than they normally would.
As I indicated in my opening statement, I wanted to talk about the death of Mr. Epstein. Do you concur with the opinion that it was a suicide?
That was the finding of the coroner, sir.
Okay. Do you have any evidence to suggest otherwise?
I do not.
How could this have happened?
Unfortunately, sir, the death and the whole situation is still under the investigation of the FBI and the Inspector General's office, and I'm really not at liberty to discuss specifics of this case. I can discuss issues around institutional operations, but I can't specifically talk about that particular issue.
So they're basically saying that the information that they found is really unfounded, so they had to reopen the case and the FBI is doing it. Why don't y'all call it what it is, y'all? Let's call it what it is. They really have not determined how Jeffrey Epstein lost his life, to tell the truth, from what you just said.
Okay. With a case this high profile, there's got to be either major malfunction of the system or a criminal enterprise at foot to allow this to happen. So are you looking at both? Is the FBI looking at both?
If the FBI is involved, then they are looking at criminal enterprise, yes.
Do we have people in custody today of this high-profile nature? Have we done anything to adjust since Mr. Epstein's death?
Sir, we take every inmate's life very seriously in the Bureau of Prisons. A high-profile inmate is no more important or significant.
Oh, y'all want to cut that off, but guess what? We got it out. Since they said something about self-harming, Tilsnopic or whatever like that. Long as they ain't gonna crack us, we straight. We gonna keep on moving forward to get to something else. Shh, let's go. They saying Trump's trying to protect a bunch of rich and powerful friends. Let's try to get to this video before they catch this one too. Uh-oh, they on our backs right now, y'all. It's all good, but I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it. That means that we doing something we supposed to be doing by getting this information. I'm about to jump a couple of videos to get this one out.
And I'm joined now by Republican Congressman Thomas Massie of Kentucky, who led the effort to release the Epstein files. Congressman Massie, thank you for being here. President Trump fought long and hard to prevent your discharge petition from going through. You won that battle. Now, what happens? How many Republicans in the House follow your lead and defy the president on this?
I think we could have a deluge of Republicans. There could be 100 or more. I'm hoping to get a veto-proof majority on this legislation when it comes up for a vote. And, you know, the president's been saying this is a hoax. He's been saying that for months. Well, he's just now decided to investigate a hoax, if it's a hoax. And I have another concern about these investigations that he's announced. If they have ongoing investigations in certain areas, those documents can't be released. So this might be a big smokescreen, these investigations, to open a bunch of them as a last-ditch effort to prevent the release of the Epstein files.
I mean, it is extraordinary to hear him demand an investigation and only mention Democrats, only mention his political opponents. But you're saying he may not really even want any investigation. He wants to prevent the release. Why does he want to prevent this? What is he afraid of?
You know, I've never said that these files will implicate Donald Trump. And I really don't think that they will. I think he's trying to protect a bunch of rich and powerful friends, billionaires, donors to his campaign, friends in his social circles. And that's my operating theory on why he's trying so hard to keep these files closed.
What do you think is actually in these files? I mean, we've seen so much Epstein material, from the criminal cases, the stuff that just came out this week, you know, from the estate. What do you think is left?
Yeah, I don't have to guess at what's in the files. I've talked to the survivors through their lawyer, and we know there are at least 20 people in those files. There are politicians, billionaires, movie producers who are implicated criminally.
They want those people. They want those names so they can start trying to look into those cases. Oh my God, they about to crack the shell on this one here, boy. Let's keep on moving forward on it, because you know I still got some more. We got to get on over to the bombshell emails a little more with this. You know we can't get up out of here without Andrew and tell you guys about the photo that Virginia Dufresne took, and that Jeffrey Epstein was actually the one that took this picture. You don't believe me? You need to read this book, Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Dufresne. She tells you in this book, I handed Jeffrey the camera to snap the photo because my mom would not believe she would be so angry at me for not taking a picture with a prince. So I had my camera ready, and Epstein is the one that took this picture. And that's what Virginia said, you guys, inside the book as well as many times in person.
A newly surfaced email to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein casts fresh light on claims involving Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. The message from Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, appears to suggest the disgraced royal received a massage at her Belgravia home in London. In the January 2015 email, sent just days after Andrew was named in US court documents, she writes, I have to distance myself from you in a statement too. And they need me to say I was not aware of massage with Andrew in my house. Epstein replied, I was on the phone with another attorney getting you an answer. Virginia Giuffre has alleged Andrew had sex with her at Ghislaine's London house in 2001, which he has always denied. Sources scrutinizing more than 20,000 pages of emails and other material released in the US this week pointed to the wording as potentially significant. US congressional Democrats have reportedly sought to question him as part of their investigation into Epstein. Virginia has said massage was used as a code word for sex. In court filings, she alleged Epstein trafficked her, aged 17, to have sex with Andrew at Maxwell's London flat, at Epstein's New York mansion, and on his private island, Little James, in the US Virgin Islands. Andrew, who settled with Miss Giuffre for a reported £12 million, has consistently denied the allegations.
I ain't giving nobody no $12 million if I ain't do what they said that I did. I ain't giving you that. Let's go to court. Ain't nowhere in the world. So that's another reason why we can't believe anything that homeboy's saying. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a little bit more pushback with Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's addressing the Epstein files. The government will not protect the predators. Let's go. Keep on going.
Pretty picture of the Capitol there, and somewhere inside that Capitol is our next guest, making her way up the stairs as we speak. She's one of only 4 Republican lawmakers who helped force a vote to release all of the files in the investigation of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, the House is expected to vote next week on a bill to release the files after a bipartisan petition to force the vote finally got enough signatures. And all of it comes after a new batch of Epstein's private emails were released, a batch that mentions President Trump multiple times. Some GOP leaders and the president oppose the release of these documents, and the president denies any wrongdoing, hasn't been accused of wrongdoing. Only on CBS Mornings, we are joined now by Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Congresswoman, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning to you. I want to begin with the release of the Epstein files, the vote to release those files. You are on the side of releasing them, and you're on that side despite President Trump saying that only a very bad or stupid Republican would be standing where you are. Why is this so important to you?
It's for the victims. These women have been waiting, some of them for decades. I talked to several victims that were raped by Jeffrey Epstein back in the 90s. And so this is information that has needed to come out for a very long time, and the American people have demanded it. And so the American people deserve to see transparency from their government. Rich, powerful people should not be protected. That is completely wrong. And it's a message to victims everywhere, victims of rape, human trafficking, and children who are trapped in terrible situations, that the government will not protect the predators, that we will work hard to protect the victims.
So, Congresswoman, that all sounds reasonable. A lot of people agree with you. And so the question comes to mind, why is GOP leadership and the president himself so opposed to letting these files be released? As the Wall Street Journal put it, he looks like he has something to hide, even if he doesn't. So put on your political hat here. Why is he so opposed?
Well, you know, I've talked to many of the women, and the women themselves have said that Donald Trump did nothing wrong. And even their attorney said that Donald Trump was the only one that helped them.
No, we got to go ahead. You got to go back to that, because I know a lot of people mad at me or whatever like that. But let's get that out. Let's say it a couple of times. Come on.
And even their attorney said that Donald Trump was the only one that helped them.
Perfect example, like Virginia Giuffre, she said, when I met him, I had on my work clothes at Mar-a-Lago. I had my name tag, and he was like, "Oh, you seem like you're pretty young." He was like, he was like, "Do you babysit kids?" And she was like, "Yeah." So Donald Trump got her an extra job babysitting the children of the rich. Yeah, babysitting the children of the rich people that went to Mar-a-Lago. So while they was like, doing whatever they was doing, she was babysitting them, and she made extra money by doing that. It's in the book. She said it.
So I'll just being very honest with you, it's something that I don't understand. I think it's a huge miscalculation, and I truly just stand with the women. And
Now, I rock with you on some stuff, bro, but I think that, if you're trying to protect some people, there's only but so much protection that you can do, President Trump. If you're trying to protect some people, some of these people, they done through, it's sometimes it goes the length of, I can't protect you anymore. And if he's trying to protect people, probably can't protect them anymore. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Grand Rapids, Michigan. I can't believe this. They searching for an armed guy who went up into a dispensary with a shotty. I'm talking about this fool had a shotty. He was not playing. He trying to be, I don't know what made him do this, but yeah, they looking for him right now. Let's get on over to Grand Rapids, Michigan, because this is not a good scene right here. This is very scary, especially when somebody points a weapon at you.
A man wearing a fake beard and armed with a gun robbed a Grand Rapids marijuana dispensary on Sunday, and now detectives are asking the public for help to find him.
13 Your Side's Micah Cho talked with Chief Eric Winstrom about the
What's
robbery.
going on out
Micah
there,
joins us
Rebecca?
now. What can you tell us?
This is the man behind me, dressed up in what Chief Winstrom calls a disguise. Now, here's a closer look at the suspect. The chief says, while the beard may be fake, he says the threat is very real, with the man pointing a sawed-off shotgun. The robbery happened around 8:30 p.m. Sunday night at the Knox Cannabis Dispensary on Plainfield Avenue. While the amount hasn't been shared, Chief Winstrom says they walked out with a very large amount of money. Because marijuana is illegal on the federal level, it creates some difficulties with the banks, which is why these stores carry large amounts of cash on hand. Winstrom says that may make them more likely to be targeted.
How these dispensaries operate in and of themselves makes them a higher target for these criminals, especially in a situation like this. It's mostly a cash business. These individuals know that there's going to be cash on hand. Different dispensaries take different steps to secure that cash, but it's not possible to make everything robbery proof.
Yeah, so homeboy came up in there with the shotty looking like, what's his name? Hillbilly Jim from back in the days, y'all. Looking like Grizzly Adams running up in somebody's spot like that. Check this one out. I want you guys to see this right here. We got a superintendent at the school. Oh my God. I don't know what he was thinking about. Imagine your principal using the company credit card to buy orange. Yes, they caught it on there. Y'all. I'm not going to say the word. Matter of fact, I can say that word. The principal, the superintendent, was charging porn to the school company's credit card. Check this out, y'all.
Now to a WGN Investigates update. A suburban school superintendent who had charges for adult websites on his district credit card
So I ain't the only one that watched the Hub.
has resigned. It follows an audit demanded following our report in April.
What changed?
They were caught. Truth came out. You brought the truth out for us. That's what happened.
Yeah, this spring we reported on Argo Community High School Superintendent Bill Tulliosi, who his school district credit card had 24 charges totaling more than $1,000 charged by the adult entertainment website Slushy. There was also a charge to a sexting service. Now he's blamed a family member and fraud for the charges. He said he reimbursed the district though.
Whether someone wants to say it was one thing or another thing, this basically came down to the point where it was an accident. And instead of trying to hide or cover up, as people are trying to say, I actually came forward and did the right thing, as a public servant should do.
And his attorney says that there were mistakes and misrepresentations, but his client decided to resign because it had become a distraction for a school that he loves.
Now we need to log into the computer to see what days and what times you was watching Slushy. And what was you doing on Slushy in the office like this? Excuse me, sir, you got a meeting? Oh, hold on a minute, I'm coming. Oh, literally. He in there. He probably in the office. Sir, you got a meeting out here. Hold on, I'm coming. Literally. Your boy was on slushy.com. Now that don't mean for y'all to go looking for the website neither. Don't even do that. Don't go looking for what's Slushy? Never heard of that before. I only went to the Hub. Got him some free promo right there for Slushy, huh, y'all? We got to keep on moving forward. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about. I don't know what he was thinking about. Just like this fool right here. He decides to pull out his Charles Bronson and start taking a pee right in front of a train. I'm like, yo, I mean, like, I would be mad too. I mean, the train driver's like, beep, beep. And I'm told he gets off the train to take a pee in front of the train. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. And
You are probably watching this to see when a man pees on the line
in front of the train and the driver. However, this is only a small part of the story. It gets even crazier after that.
Now
So
watch
I'm
this
standing
fool.
right in front of the train,
Watch
completely
this fool.
visible on an almost empty platform.
Look at this
And
fool.
this man gets right out in front of me, meters away.
Now, I know that's gross, but ain't that also indecent exposure? That should be a charge. Come on, don't nobody want to see you stopping and peeing in front of no train. Like, what's wrong with you, man? You're disgusting. Somebody should have just came right in the back of his head, caught him, and sent him up. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Oh, man, we got to keep on moving forward now because we got this Medford man who pleads not guilty to hitting 2 tow yard workers as he tries to take his tow car. Yeah, you know how when you see somebody coming to take your car, oh my God, hold on a minute, don't take my car. Yo, man, I need to. Nah, man, no, let them take it. Let me just tell you guys, just go ahead and let them take it because you don't need nothing like this happen when you're getting in trouble.
Get right out to our Ted Wayman live outside the Charlestown Tow Yard. Ted.
Good evening, Ray. This is a very busy Charlestown tow yard where police say this assault took place just a short time ago. That suspect was arraigned.
Commonwealth versus Diego Silva.
19-year-old Diego Silva of Medford arraigned in court this afternoon for allegedly trying to run over 2 employees at this Charlestown tow yard early Thursday night.
You are being charged with the following offenses. Count 1, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, leaving the scene of personal injury.
Prosecutors say Silva was arrested earlier on Thursday for operating his car with a suspended license. He's released on personal recognizance. His car was towed to this yard. Police say Silva's plan was to drive the car out of the yard. When the tow company refused to release his car, police say Silva attempted to drive out of the lot and struck 2 employees and drove away. A short time later, police say they found Silva's car and arrested him nearby.
It was really, really hectic.
Arthur Levita was testing driving equipment on Roland Street next to the tow lot and watched as EMS responded to the crash.
It completely shocks me. I mean, I know you may be upset, but it's only a car. Especially if you ended up hitting and hurting someone, just to take out a car is crazy.
Grand Theft Auto situation.
Is being held on $5,000 cash bail and will be back in court in December.
You see that, shorty? I mean, youngster, come on, man. You could have did it a different way. I think more people need to see videos like this. Like, if you would have had an 18-year-old, 19 right there watching that, they would have thought twice about probably doing something stupid like that. That's why I always like to tell you guys, double tap that screen to get those likes up because it basically lets more people know about what's going on. Let's keep on going on. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I got to hit you with this Tampa one right here. We got to get over to Florida where it never fails. It ain't over. It ain't over. If you guys appreciate the content, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Hit that notification bell. If you're not a member already, I don't know why, because you should have became a member already, because we got to get this Tampa information out. Let's go.
A Hillsborough County judge orders no bond for the man charged with driving into a crowd outside a Tampa bar last weekend. 22-year-old Silas Sampson is facing 14 counts, including vehicular homicide, reckless driving, and fleeing the scene of an accident. Prosecutors argued Sampson did not deserve to be released on bail since he posed a threat to the community. According to the Tampa Police Department, an Air Patrol unit spotted a silver sedan driving recklessly.
This is our follow-up to the 2 people that lost their lives in Tampa when that car drove up on the sidewalk. This is the guy that they were chasing.
A highway after it was seen street racing in another neighborhood.
Yep.
After a chase with troopers, Sampson lost control of the vehicle, hitting more than a dozen people outside that bar.
Yep.
4 of those victims died.
Yeah, so all they doing now is taking them through a bunch of arraignments, but you guys know how we do it over here. We like to keep the stories going. We like to keep you guys reminding, and as long as the stories keep going, we keep bringing you guys that information. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, you guys. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. What y'all got for me over here in the comments over here? Okay, we got smiling fools. Good. We're glad that men gets no bail out of jail. He needs to pay in jail time, I'm going to add, for the victims. Yes, I don't know why he just started driving all crazy, speeds up to like 100 and something miles per hour, and then he started going into like neighborhoods that was like, they were restaurant areas. Drove up onto the sidewalk, struck 12 people. Out of all of those people, I think 2 of them lost their lives, and there were like 2 others that are in critical condition. Terrible, tragic situation, and we still want to pray for the people that are in the hospital during that tragic event, that they make it through this, as well as the families for the people that lost their lives in this. We ask for strength today, Lord. Amen. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to keep on going. Matter of fact, let me do a freestyle on this one. We wasn't freestyling before, but I want to do a freestyle on this one because I know I got some heat right here. Yeah, this is what I want you guys to see. We got this one guy who they call the worst of the worst. These are the type of people that we want to get deported. We don't want to be in our country no more. This guy right here was a legal worker. They call him the worst of the worst. He's being charged with threatening his coworkers with a circular saw. That means he was at work ready to get busy and cut somebody up. Can't say that, so let me let them say it.
A Lubbock grand jury has formally charged one of the men listed as the worst of the worst by Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
20-year-old Eric Cruz Lasso was arrested at a hotel in West Lubbock back in August after police say he threatened 2 co-workers with a saw and broke windows out of their cars. He was indicted on 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. ICE reports Cruz Lasso is an El Salvador native who entered the country illegally. He remains in the Lubbock County Detention Center on a federal hold.
So basically, he was doing construction. Whatever the situation was, he decides to try to use the circular saw, the skill saw, on some of the workers that was over there. We got to get into some other stuff right here. Let's keep on going, you guys. I want to get you this one story. It's right here. I got to get you this right here because I've been. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Anybody know about the Migos? The Migos, Bad and Bougie. Look at it, and then Big Drip, they did that with Cardi B. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Migos, and one of the artists is no longer with us. That's right, Houston, Texas. We got some new leaked footage of Takeoff's demise. Check this out, you guys. If anybody know who Takeoff is, he's one of the Migos that lost his life because he got pow-powed. The way that he lost his life, it was at a gambling event. He was basically playing dice. And I guess these guys are going back and forth. People were losing money. One person had a weapon, as you can see in this video right here. This is some new release footage that you guys, if you know the rapper I'm talking about, check this out right here. Takeoff's demise. I don't want to say the word. Now the cops say the person of interest is right here holding the pistol.
Check this out. They know y'all, they're not going to be disrespectful like that. But they have to be disrespectful.
So as you can see, this guy's holding a pistol while they're arguing, and they was gambling while this is going on. This is actual footage that they released.
Don't play basketball. I just saw me play basketball just in the gym. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. I ain't finna sit there and go back and forth, bro. I'm finna hurt somebody, bro.
He said, I'm not going to stand over. He said, I'm not finna be here talking back and forth. I'm finna hurt somebody. Y'all heard what he said. Let's keep going. And then he walked around.
Oh, what you doing? No, heck no.
New details in the killing of rapper and Metro Atlanta native Takeoff. The man accused of killing one of the members of Migos has been indicted on murder charges. Police arrested Patrick Clark in December, a month after the shooting that happened outside a private party in Houston, Texas. Takeoff was there with his fellow Migos member and his uncle Quavo when that argument went down. 2 people started shooting at each other, and sadly Takeoff was caught in the crossfire.
Yo, we sliding through the town, man. Sliding through the town. Got the birthday boy. Yeah, also. Yeah, we on the 5th. We got a 5th boy.
So this right here is basically moments before it happened.
There is probable cause for your arrest in your particular case.
In court Friday night, it was revealed that Clark was allegedly caught on camera firing his weapon while holding a wine bottle in his other hand. and he allegedly had plans to leave the country.
Possible. They charge a firearm or shooting, not sure which. And just intel in Dallas. Caller heard one shot and people screaming.
Takeoff's murder was one of the most devastating events in hip-hop in recent years. What was meant to be a laid-back night in Houston quickly spiraled into a tragedy no one anticipated. When the story first broke, headlines repeated the same narrative. Takeoff shot and killed over a dice game gone wrong. But that version of events doesn't capture the full picture. There's still a lot of confusion and misinformation about what really happened that night.
So I want you guys to know that the guy that basically that they're alleging that did it, he's been arrested. They showed you the video right there. That's somebody else's content right there. I appreciate that, but I definitely wanted you guys to see what was going on with that. Here we go. We go to a real live Cinderella. She's not in Disneyland, but guess what? This story right here could wind up having a beautiful little girl in Disneyland if you guys think that she deserves to go to Disneyland. Here is one little girl. She has autism. She's playing one day, and she loves Cinderella. She loves princesses. One day she sees a lady in the park, and she's taking photos because what? It's her wedding. So she's like, Mommy, a princess. She doesn't know any better. She runs over to the lady thinking it's a princess. Her mother, you know what? I'm going to let them tell a story. Let's go. A real life modern day princess. You guys appreciate the content that you're getting right now. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up because we working. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Steve Hartman now with a pint.
Do they not all wear slippers? Some of them drive tractor trailers, backhoes, and somebody said, look at her pumpkin. That was her pumpkin, y'all. Y'all like that story? That's what we do every day here at Our Bottom Line. If y'all appreciate the content, double tap that screen, hit that like button, hit the notification bell so that you know that we on. And if you have not already become a member or subscribed to the channel, what are y'all waiting for? We do this every day. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and like I always tell you guys, y'all trying to make some money, 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 money. Hit that link in the description to make up to $500 in surveys. You guys will make some money, and I'll make some money too. Also, you're trying to promote your business. You're a traveling salesman. You're a lawn doctor. I don't know what you do. If you're a lawyer, whatever the case may be, you're trying to get your business out there, we're going to help you. How? Send over your promo at 1080 by 1080 size scale frame to bridgethisllc@gmail.com, and we're going to put it up in the post notification area so that people can see your business. Hopefully it's going to drive some more business to you. And also, we got the Show Your Talent search coming up for Brooklyn. We're also looking at New Jersey right now. This is the Show Your Talent search where you, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island could possibly make $250 sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. How you going to do that? I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to go to the website. You're going to go to www.drinkbigdrip.com, and you're going to go to the mailing section, right? Put your email address inside of the email section, and we're going to send you post notifications and let you know where we're going to be at. If you follow the channel, you'll be able to know that as well. But if you're trying to be a part of the Show Your Talent search, which is part of the big event where you can make $250 in that borough and possibly $1,000 when we get to the finals. If you're trying to be a part of the talent search, all you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, join the mailing list, put your email address in the mailing list. That's it. You're going to get notifications to know where we're at. And then once we come to your location, you'll be able to perform. It's not just about singing. It's not just about dancing. It is full on, all out talent. So whatever your talent is, we want to see it. Still got the check that's not signed with any name on it. Can't wait to give it to one of you guys for being a winner of the Show Your Talent search for the next location that we're pulling up to with, that's right, DJ Don Dada, Black Ink Crew formerly, but now that's my DJ. That's my DJ. That's my DJ. So yeah, y'all, last chance to double tap the screen. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, what you're waiting for, hit that membership and that notification bell, because I got some prayers to say for liberty and justice, for KC as well, for who that Iggy Maniac said, Catherine, okay, Batty Lynn, Liberty and Justice, Casey, Nina DeMello, Mike Holmes, Jeffrey Spilker, who else? Mike Holmes. We got Nina DeMello up in there that we praying for. Okay, Sky, how you doing, Sky, this morning? Luigi, also Sam Champion, VIP Auction Group, Kendra Walker. Can't forget about my sister Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Thank you so much, Mark Dorfman, for coming to the event the other day, and everybody else who's been here, because y'all could have went anywhere. Amen. That's right, you guys. It's Monday, my favorite day of the week. You know why? Because they got to pick up the phone. They gotta pick up the phone. No, it's not Thursday where they're like, oh, the weekend is here. Friday where it's like, oh, it's Friday. No, it's Monday. They gotta get to the business. It's time to get to the work. Do what we gotta do, you guys. I want you guys to have a fantastic day at work if you're going. Have a fantastic day, period. Also, drink some water, because that's what I'm about to do. And remember, problems present opportunities. Stop being so scared and stressed out about problems, because guess what? You're lucky that he woke you up this morning. He ain't have to do that. So the fact that we made it this morning, I'm going to say thank you to the problem, because I got the heartbeat to deal with it. Problems present opportunities. Try to stay optimistic. Take care of yourself and your family. I'm going to be here at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and I hope that you guys are going to be here too, because guess what? Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me this Monday morning, I appreciate you. Y'all know what I'm going to say. Until tomorrow, get 'em! Peace.